today, but so much stuff has happened with Wendy Williams. I am like 20 minutes early. I know people are going to be coming in being like, you were early, but I just kind of like put that starting time as like a guideline. Okay. This is the article that really started it all off for me. So, well, actually, it's not. Actually, the article that started it all off for me, Birmingham Leprechaun sent to me earlier. So I will pull that one up, but I wasn't going to make a video on this today. And then I did see this, and then there were like several other TMZ exclusive articles that have come out today. I think like 3 or 4 exclusive TMZ articles over just today, all having to do with Wendy Williams. So, as you can see on this headline, it says Wendy Williams, guardianship treating her, Guardian treating her like crap, investigate stat. And then as you can see, it does say exclusive. Thank you, New Life Plan. Exactly, for the $4.99 super chat. What even is 20 minutes early? Because what even is time? Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. Hey Paige. Hey Ellis. Kai. Little Dragon. PMDD. Betty Joe. Oh my God, that's so funny. Betty Jane. Sorry, excuse me. She said she was in the middle of some Banjo Nola tunes and was directed here. Yes, amen. There it is. Time is an illusion created by our mind or something, girl. But look, listen. The Guardian is treating her like crap. That is the headline. It says investigate stat. How do I make this like not look like that? Okay. All right. So this one, I'm not going in any particular order. This one was published today at 3:45 Eastern or so, and then it was updated about an hour ago. Wendy Williams' guardianship, alert, alert, breaking news, is being investigated by Adult Protective Services in New York City. TMZ has obtained the call for help that sparked the whole thing. Okay, I got to get on reader view because these ads are very distracting. Okay, so it does say call for help that sparked the whole thing, but I don't know if it's actually was a call or if it was more a letter. And you'll see why I'm saying that as we read forward. A caregiver not associated with Wendy's guardianship. Her name is Gina Lisa Monteroso. Shout out to Gina Lisa. Sent a letter to Adult Protective Services. Okay, so it says sent a letter recently to Adult Protective Services. If you're just joining, welcome, welcome. Make sure you put a like, make sure you put a comment, make sure you put a shout out or something, whatever, so that people can hear about this video. I did get here about 20 minutes early, but we are hearing from TMZ exclusively. Wendy's guardianship is under investigation officially. Who is it under investigation by? New York City, Adult Protective Services. Thanks so much, Christian Lamar, for the $19.99 super chat. He says, Wendy was crying on the Breakfast Club. It broke my heart. No, that's not a criminal. No one that's not a criminal, deserves to be treated this way. Love that you've been covering this story and others like it. Yes, thank you so much for the kind words and for the $19.99 super chat. Christian, thank you so much for that. Let's read further what this article is saying, and then we're going to get into a couple other articles that TMZ did also post exclusively today. So we have this caregiver not associated with the guardianship, Gina Lisa Monteroso. She sent a letter recently, I don't know when, it just says recently, to Adult Protective Services in New York City, formally requesting a probe into what she saw as, quote, troubling circumstances surrounding Wendy's treatment. In the letter obtained by TMZ, Gina Lisa raises issues about Wendy's restrictions at a New York assisted living facility. This is her luxury prison, as Wendy called it, where Wendy is confined to the 5th floor memory unit and not allowed to leave without approval from the staff. Monteroso, this is the guardian caregiver not associated with the guardianship. Now, does this mean she herself is a guardian? That's kind of how I interpreted it, but I don't know. Maybe she's a caregiver at the facility. I don't really know. Maybe we can look her up in a minute. In the letter, she raises issue with Wendy's restrictions. She says the circumstances raise, quote, significant concerns regarding Wendy's legal rights, her personal autonomy, and her overall well being, which warrant immediate attention. And girl, we've been saying this for 3 years. I know y'all been listening to us say it for 2 years, maybe 3. This guardian, or excuse me, I keep calling her guardian, this caregiver, whistleblower, reporter, the person who reported this, she says Wendy is not incapacitated, as Wendy's guardian claims. And she says the discrepancy, quote, raises serious concerns about the integrity and motivations of the guardian. That would be Sabrina Morrissey, suggesting that the guardian may be misrepresenting Wendy's actual mental and emotional state to the courts. So this lady, Gina Lisa Monterosso, she is saying, shout out, that is a mouthful, but I like that name. It flows very well. It's a nice name. She says Wendy's not incapacitated. I mean, she's saying it outright in her report to the New York Adult Protective Services. She said, I got concerns about the integrity and motivations of Sabrina Morrissey, the guardian. Going on to say, suggesting that they may be misrepresenting Wendy's actual mental and emotional state in court under penalty of perjury, y'all. This whistleblower letter writer adds, quote, such misrepresentation could be contributing to Wendy's unjust confinement in an environment that restricts her freedom and social interactions. The letter mentions the recent TMZ documentary, Saving Wendy, where Wendy breaks down her life in isolation. Monterosso says, so the person who reported this, says Wendy's confinement to the memory unit is bad for her mental health, and she worries it also violates her legal rights. The Adult Protective Services in New York is taking these concerns seriously. Well, thank God. It is about time. It is about time somebody take these concerns seriously. I mean, how many documentaries, lawsuits, several documentaries have been made? How many YouTube videos, how many calls had to be made for somebody to take this seriously? I mean, I have been shouting to the rooftops about guardianship and conservatorship, because they are the same thing. Guardianship and conservatorship abuse for years, almost 5 years now. Nobody has taken any of it seriously. In fact, and indeed, instead of taking it seriously, what's actually happened is stuff's gotten swept under the rug, and HBO Max, Investigation Discovery, and Hot Snakes Media all colluded together to try and make me look stupid and crazy. They cut out selectively things that I said and let Beth Karras say them instead to make me look crazy. So instead of taking us seriously, yes, I am fired up about it. They have not been taking it seriously, but thank God, apparently Gina Lisa Monterosso, she had the golden ticket to make somebody finally take this seriously. Thank God. Cops paid Wendy a visit Monday. She was taken to a hospital for an independent examination. They are doing an emergency examination on this lady right now. That is another one of the articles that I saw. So let me pull that one up. What was in the thumbnail? Been being evaluated. Okay, let me put my filter on here to like posted today or whatever. Wendy Williams. Okay, look at this one. There's a whole Wendy Williams page on TMZ. Look, Wendy Williams at hospital to determine mental capacity. Let's click on that one. Here's a video of her being escorted by the police. Okay, I guess we got to sit there. Stupid ad. Oh, girl, no, thank you. Wendy Williams is at Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City for an independent examination as to whether her cognitive functions are sufficiently intact to end her guardianship. I just got chills on my scalp, girl. Gina was just on Ashley Banfield YouTube show 2 days ago with Wendy. Okay, I didn't know who Gina was. Thank you, New Life Plan, for the update. So this lady, Gina Lisa Monterosso, she was on Banfield, recently, 2 days ago, when Wendy's niece could not be available to make the three-way call, like Breakfast Club, and she spoke on things Wendy can't, like her Neil. I don't know what that means. But yes, to determine mental capacity. Shout out to the mods in the chat. Shout out to Down the Rabbit Hole News, like the video, guys. No, I don't have faith in anybody. I don't have faith in nobody. I have faith in myself and the Lord, and that's it. And that's all I need faith in. So don't put words in my mouth, Stephen. I have faith in nobody. I never had faith in anybody. You know, I have faith in myself and the Lord. That is it. But yes, they did try to accuse me of such a heinous thing. Shout out to Rabbit. Thank you for that $9.99 super chat, New Life Plan, and for that information. Shout out to Oklahoma Outlaw. Shout out to, no, exactly. No, I don't have faith in nobody. Do I have faith in nobody? No, I do not. But breaking news as of an hour ago, we get from TMZ, Wendy Williams is at the hospital in New York for an independent evaluation as to whether her cognitive functions are sufficiently intact to end her guardianship. Look at this. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ a caregiver not associated with the guardianship ordered the trip and the test. So somebody ordered this to happen. Now, this could have been playing out in the guardianship court, and we, the people, would never know. Why would we never know? Because it has been, in my opinion, unconstitutionally restricted from us to be able to see it. So maybe this is all being also played out in the guardianship court, but we can't see it. And I believe that law needs to change. If you are so incapacitated as to require the state, a family member, the government to intervene in your affairs legally, to lose your constitutional rights, then the people should know how these systems are being used for exactly, Exhibit A, precisely this reason. How long has this guardianship been in place? 3 years. Since 2022. Since 2022. We, the people, have not been able to have transparency into this situation, and therefore we have not had accountability into the situation. Nobody has had accountability as of yet. Thank God some stuff looks like it's starting to move. This is after, the article goes on, the New York Police Department, NYPD, paid a visit to Wendy Monday morning to determine if, as Wendy says, she is being held prisoner. NYPD has asked about Wendy being confined to the memory unit of the assisted living facility where she cannot leave the floor without permission. She rarely gets out. This is slavery. This is slavery. And you know what's very sick? Even the race history lines up on this one. I ain't gonna say much more. All you got to do is look at The Guardian and look at Wendy. We got Sabrina Morrissey acting like she knows better what Wendy Williams needs than Wendy Williams. And in fact, and indeed, the government, the state, has given Sabrina Morrissey the legal authority to make these decisions for a grown woman, Wendy Williams. It is an outrage. It is an outrage. Everybody should be mad about this. And if you're not, you might need a brain scan. In addition to NYPD, okay, so there's two investigations going on. One is being done by the Adult Protective Services. One is being done by the police, a criminal investigation. The NYPD is doing an investigation, and it needs to get done. Should have got done 3 years ago. Should have never even been put in place, this guardianship. As soon as they sealed all of these files from the public, somebody should have got investigated. Then there was a whole entire documentary put out by A&E. Those people got sued using Wendy Williams's money. TMZ put out a documentary or two. I put out a couple myself on YouTube. Chronicle Speaks hasn't stopped talking about Wendy Williams. Nobody's done anything till now. We just going to watch this woman get drugged to death and put her hands on the glass and the protective memory unit that she can't leave. And if people try to visit her, they say, "Oh, she's not here. Wendy's not here." You could see her in the building. You could see her through the glass. So, in addition to NYPD, Adult Protective Services has launched its own investigation into the guardianship, and they interviewed Wendy's niece, Alex Finney, on Monday. So who is they? I don't know if they mean APS, if they mean the NYPD, if they mean both. TMZ broke the story. Wendy would like famed lawyer Joe Tacopina, I don't know him, to take on her case. He is seriously considering it. If this happens and the judge doesn't end the guardianship, there will almost certainly be a jury trial. Yes, where a jury will have to now determine if Wendy has sufficient cognitive function to end the guardianship. Now, am I like jumping for joy that a jury gets to decide these things? No, but kind of yes, because in this particular situation, it has already been decided for Wendy. A judge has already decided. Sabrina has already decided. They've all already decided that Wendy is incapacitated to even so much as leave the memory unit to go to her father's birthday party in another state. I mean, to consent to her own medical treatment. And they say in it really loud and proud with their chest in these lawsuits, Sabrina Morrissey and the rest. They acting like Wendy is just some completely incapacitated individual, which I don't believe. Okay, so there's another article here. Wendy Williams' guardianship, the subject of 2 New York investigations. Let's see that one. 2 New York agencies launch probe into the guardianship. New York authorities, let me turn a rear view, have launched 2 separate investigations into the circumstances surrounding Wendy Williams' guardianship, TMZ has learned. This one also came out about 3 hours ago. Sources connected to Wendy tell TMZ Wendy just had an interview with Adult Protective Services, which also has made has made phone calls to people close to Wendy, asking about her living conditions. Okay. So the Adult Protective Service has been on the phone today, according to TMZ. Today. They have also made phone calls to people close to Wendy, asking about Wendy's living conditions in the assisted living facility. As TMZ reported, Wendy is locked on the 5th floor in the memory unit where she cannot leave without approval. Numerous people connected to Wendy say she has no memory problems, and therefore keeping her in a memory unit is inhumane. Meanwhile, TMZ has obtained a video of Wendy standing in the window of her room this morning. Y'all, this morning today, and Birmingham Leprechaun, I don't know if you're in the chat or not, but Birmingham Leprechaun had sent me a video of this video earlier today of Wendy Williams begging for help at her window today, begging for help. This is slavery. This is slavery. This, what we are looking at, what we are witnessing is slavery. That is what it is. It is a woman, forget about the race, of any gender, a woman, a man, anybody who cannot leave their memory unit, a widely known person that everybody around them is saying has no memory problems, locked in a memory unit. Documentaries coming to tell the other side of the story, getting sued for millions of dollars. This is slavery. Corey said, I read Wendy dropped a letter out of her window that said, "Help Wendy." Paparazzi called APS and police came, got her for a welfare check. I don't care, Kiss a Smooch. I mean, I do care, but I don't care. If somebody's son tries to steal money for them, they need to sort it out some other kind of way. You can't sort out your son stealing money from you with slavery. I know you know this. You're in the chat all the time. I know you know this, but I'm just saying, like, this is no. This is absolute no. I think all conservatorships should be reevaluated. I sure do. Every single one. Every single one. It's not even elder abuse. It's not even elder abuse. Wendy is not an elder. Elder abuse would imply somebody that can't move around, that can't remember because they have Alzheimer's and they have old age. People are saying, no, she don't have that. Now, she might. She might have memory problems. But then the question still got to become, if somebody got a memory problem, this is how they should be treated? As a slave, as an enslaved individual, as a human being with no rights? She can't leave, she can't see her family. The attorney is the one that just got ASAP Rocky off. Well, we need somebody in here. Slavery can't never be the solution. It just can't. Shannon, agreed. It's crazy. Kidnapping too. Kidnapping as well. Is she 65? How old is she? Elder abuse is 60 or 62. All right. Well, is Wendy 60? I think she's not. I think she's in her 50s. Real Tea with Krista Marie said, listen, if she wasn't working her whole life for her husband and her, she was working for her son and her future. Who else did they expect to use the money? It's a good point. It's a good point. Now, I mean, I think Wendy herself might have came out and said her son was stealing. Did she? Someone tell me in the chat. We got some starred. Thank you for that. We missed you, BJ. Missed y'all too. Good, because they went on Ashley's show to say they were supposed to test Wendy's capacity and they didn't ever show up to test her. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat and that info. Poor Wendy, great to see you back. Hope you had an amazing time on your spiritual retreat. It was amazing. Thanks so much. Nick, hope you had amazing travels. I sure did. I'm still kind of jet lagged a little bit, y'all. Let's read further what else this article says. I want to also try and look at the videos, the two videos. Okay, so TMZ obtained a video of Wendy standing in the window of her room this morning while talking into a phone. She seems to be crying out for help to the photographer shooting the footage outside the facility. We are told Adult Protective Services called Wendy's niece, Alex, asking a slew of questions relating to the various restrictions that have been placed on her in the guardianship. And I believe this Alex niece, if my memory serves correctly, don't put me in a conservatorship if I get it wrong, y'all, but is the same one that went on three-way with Wendy calling into the Breakfast Club a few times. In addition to Adult Protective Services, police have paid a visit to Wendy at the facility as part of a welfare check. An NYPD patrol car was parked outside the building on Monday morning. Wendy, through people close to her, has asked both the NYPD and Adult Protective Services to launch an investigation into the guardianship. TMZ broke the story. Attorney Joe Tacopina is considering representing Wendy in what could end up being a jury trial, which could terminate the guardianship. Let me pull up that text message that I got because it had the video. Let me see. This one was on Instagram. Okay. From the New York Post. Okay, let me pause it. So it says this was posted 3 hours ago. Wendy Williams was taken away from her New York assisted living facility by ambulance Monday, that's today, after cops were called in for a wellness check when the ex-talk show queen tossed a handwritten note out the window begging for help. Oh my goodness. In a way, it is kind of like very surreal to like even see cops like showing up to act like they're going to do anything, because for 5 years, I've been trying to blow the whistle on these guardianships. For 3 years, I have been trying to tell people about the Wendy on and off. Bam Margera, Britney Spears, Sam Williams, Amanda Bynes. I could go on. So in a weird way, it's kind of surreal to actually see cops walking in here, because this assisted living facility is not about to be able to tell them, oh, Wendy Williams isn't here. Look what this caption says. Wendy Williams was taken away from the facility, the luxury prison, what she calls it, after cops were called in for a wellness check when the ex-talk show queen, look at this, tossed a handwritten note out the window begging for help. Look at her. She's waving to, I guess, the paparazzi. She looks like she's crying. Look at her eyes. They're swollen. I can't see how long this video is. Okay, while y'all watch that, oh wait, does it show? No. I'm gonna look up the other video too real quick on a different screen, and I'll keep this one playing. Oh. There they go. Okay, so there's that. Let me. Oh, look, it had a caption on it. Look. Wendy Williams waving from her apartment window before being taken by ambulance. So there is a video of her also. Okay, let's see. Here's this says begging for help. Now we got to watch a freaking ad. Snoop Dogg. Okay, here we go. Was that the note? Help, Wendy? I mean, anybody could have wrote that. I don't know how she got the note out. Wow, this is... She's talking to someone. We need a lip reader on the scene.
Hi, Wendy.
This is so sad. This is so sad. What I'm kind of surprised about, y'all, is that like the phone hasn't been taken away, because with like Britney Spears, for example, and Reality with Krista Marie actually made me think of this. It's like, wait a second. With Bam, they took his phone. With Britney, they took her phone. Or like, you know, monitored it. Like, I'm surprised they haven't taken Wendy Williams's phone. Yeah, no, it does seem weird to me. This seems weird to me too, M3. Fifth floor, very secure unit, but windows can be open. Seems odd to me. Thank you for the $5 super chat. It does seem strange to me that that she would be in a unit that has such a large window still. Maybe the only I want to be very careful. I'm not trying to imply that I think they shouldn't give Wendy Williams a window. Obviously, I believe they should let her come and go as she pleases. But yeah, like imagine how silent she would be without the window unit. Like I'm kind of like, they know she's been going to this window, but they letting her do it. Well, how about this? Maybe a possibility. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just speculating here. But like, is it possible that even the unit, the nursing home or whatever you want to call it, the luxury prison, even kind of knows that this is pretty messed up, and maybe they have to do what Sabrina Morrissey says by law or something? Maybe there's something like that going on, Kristen said it is very odd. Oh, sorry, excuse me. It is odd they don't take away the phone and she can access the window and was able to open it and throw out a note. I agree, Kristen. It seems weird to me unless the home isn't as in on it as we thought or it's been presented. I know how they act. Like whenever people are like trying to control others, I've seen patterns. And one of the immediate first patterns is take the phone. Another one is isolate, make it to where they can't have their voice be heard, lock them away, lock them up, put paper over the window from the outside. I mean, like, I'm surprised they wouldn't have done these things. Also, it is suspicious that TMZ is all of a sudden cares so much about Wendy Williams's freedoms out of a conservatorship / guardianship because they are the same thing, but they were pretty much instrumental in helping to put Britney Spears into a conservatorship, and they never made a peep about Bam Margera's conservatorship. So it is very interesting that they are now choosing the Wendy Williams guardianship conservatorship hill to die on. But I will say, I have seen guardianships be used to abuse, and it's not hard for me to imagine that's what's going on with Wendy Williams, especially because that is what she said. Yeah, exactly. Can we talk about them completely changing roles? Exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, Lisa, this is exactly what I would imagine happened if all is as it appears. Then they would have never expected Wendy to slip a note out. Or maybe she'd been slipping notes out and nobody ever paid attention until now. Maybe for some reason now the note slipping, has happened. Rhiannon, thank you for the $5 super chat. Rhiannon said they know the conservatorship is about to come apart. This just fuels the tabloids, so we think they let her out for us. Yeah, I could see that. I actually did have that thought as well. And thank you again for the $5 super chat. I had that thought as well that thank you M3 for the $2 super chat, that perhaps they knew it was about to end because too many people are making too much noise and too many people are on Wendy's side that like it's coming apart anyway. So now they just got to do the little charade and pretend like, oh yeah, we're getting her out, whenever it's like, no, we the people actually did that. Another huge shout out again to Chronicle Speak. She has not stopped advocating for Wendy and keeping up with what's going on. There is patient rights at memory unit. I used to work at one. Thank you, New Life Plan, for the $9.99 super chat. She says, I called the New York Ombudsman years ago about Wendy. That office could be keeping the phone on check. Okay. So if you are at a memory unit, there's certain rights that patients have. And apparently you have to allow the patient certain rights. Maybe having the phone is one of them. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Okay, let me see if we can watch this video here.
I knew that I wasn't in good health. Then one day I went to...
I am sick of these ads. Please. Aaron Schroeder. Thank you. I'm glad you had your, your results, but I'm trying to watch Wendy Williams be escorted. Girl, and it's the longest ad. Now she can zip her pants. I feel like I lived a life with her here. Come on. Okay, here we go.
Wendy, how are you?
Wendy, what's going on?
Wendy, how are you feeling today? I know you said that you needed help.
I don't know why this lady that's like the paparazzi is talking to Wendy like she's like an infant or something. It's very strange. Wendy, how are you? How are you? I know you said you needed help. Look, how many cops we got here? We got 1, 2, and she's holding his arm. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we might got, I don't know if that's somebody back there is a cop too. At least 4. 5. There's one in the front.
Are you looking forward to the view? So will you still be making your appearances for this week?
Oh my God, I gotta get up in that.
She is funny. She said, oh my God, I got to get up in that. Yeah, girl, you do.
And put that way over there. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh my God, okay.
She didn't look like she had not one bit of trouble getting into that ambulance. She could count to 3 and say go. She had the wherewithal to ask somebody to hold her purse. I'm not a doctor. But I think if someone can do all those things, they don't need to be being held against their will as a slave, having their own money used to sue people who tried to expose what's going on, if you ask me. There they go. I guess he gonna talk about it here. Oh my God. I am sick of this. Come on, let me skip it. Okay.
A lot to talk about today. We're going to get into the ridiculous.
Again, I do not trust this man. I do not know what his flip-flopping motivations could possibly be. Because, like, for me, you will hear me say nobody should be in a conservatorship pretty much at all. I mean, I just really don't think, or guardianship, those are the same thing. Harvey Levin seems to pick and choose whenever he thinks conservatorships are messed up or not. Consider the source with all of this stuff. New Life Plan said Wendy scored a 10 out of 10 on a psych exam called the capacity test. She was asked 10 questions to determine if she was alert and oriented, and she answered every one correctly. Did that happen today? Is that new breaking news? Wendy, how are you? Do you know I have no soul? You see the Eras tour? You look tired, but samesies girl. Yeah, like Steven, that is exactly how. Oh my God, this is funny. And the president before him, he couldn't even ride a bike, and they let him be president. He couldn't even walk up the stairs to get on a stage, and they let him be president. It's very strange. Let me look up real quick. New Life Plan was saying she scored a 10 out of 10 on the capacity test. Is that new news? Wendy. I guess that's old. So apparently Wendy Williams did have another evaluation February 18th. I'm reading on Google. Okay, let me go back to what we were watching. Harvey here.
Ridiculousness of what just happened with the Menendez brothers today.
Oh no, I don't.
But before we do,
I want Wendy.
A ton of activity in the Wendy Williams case.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
We are talking about the NYPD paying Wendy a visit to do a welfare check to see why she's stuck on the 5th floor of the residential facility, the memory unit, where she can't get out. Adult Protective Services is making phone calls to find out about Wendy's cognitive functions. And check this video out. Wendy did leave the memory unit just a few minutes ago. And you see the NYPD there as well, which went to figure out why she's in.
Okay, where are y'all seeing this? Now, Betsy in Miami is saying, just saw the evaluation came back, and it came back that she's clear. Tell me where I can find this information. Breaking news, TMZ. Okay, let me go to our little Wendy Williams slide over here. This is breaking news from TMZ. Oh my gosh. Breaking news in the chat. If you're just joining, breaking news. Wendy Williams aced psychiatrist's capacity test. I aced the capacity test. Oh my God. Look how they put her in front of the Lenox Hospital. Okay, here we go. Wendy Williams. This is like a 20-minute old article here. Okay. Wendy Williams may be a big step closer to freedom because a psychiatrist examined her today and the results are clear. Wendy's mental capacity is fully intact. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Wendy scored a 10 out of 10 on a psych exam called the capacity test. She was asked 10 questions to determine if she was alert and oriented, and she answered every one correctly. TMZ broke the story. Wendy went to Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City Monday, where a psychiatrist spent time with her. The results of the test are radically different from the assessment of the Guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, who has filed legal documents saying Wendy's condition is getting worse, not better. Wendy was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, a diagnosis Wendy disputes. She was not examined Monday to determine if she has been misdiagnosed. We're told the results of the capacity test will be forwarded to the judge in the guardianship case. We also broke the story. Officers from the NYPD paid Wendy a visit Monday to determine if she's being held in a prison-like environment. In addition, Adult Protective Services had also launched an investigation. Now, this we did cover in the earlier part of this video. Breaking news, everybody, as of about 20 minutes ago. Thank you to New Life Plan and Betsy, who did point this out to me in the live chat so that we could be on top of this breaking news. Wendy Williams has made a 10 out of 10 on her capacity evaluation. Okay. This is a massively different telling of events than what we have heard from Sabrina Morrissey, who is getting paid from Wendy Williams's money. At least that's how it usually works. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in Sabrina Morrissey's bank account. I really don't know. But it has been alleged by Wendy that Wendy Williams's money is being used to sue the documentary company that tried to shed light on Wendy Williams's guardianship. Okay, the documentary Where is Wendy Williams? Yeah, I mean, we got clapping emojis. Why do they have any reason to hold her at this point? I am sorry you can't be under conservatorship and still live with your family. I mean, reality with Krista Marie, I am wondering. She needs medical attention, maybe not a conservatorship. Breaking news, click the like. I mean, look, listen, I think that karma comes and gets people, all right? I'm not karma personally. I was thinking about maybe naming my child Karma or something. I'm not pregnant before y'all start. But, you know, who knows what could happen in the future. Wendy Williams said the drinks were from when she first arrived and everyone was at the party. I don't know what that means. Breaking news, click the like. Shout out to Mustard in the chat. I think I saw Anonymous too. Shout out to you. I don't understand how being under conservatorship gets you zero freedom to live with your family or something. I mean, that is the question. That is the question. Great news for Wendy. Don't these people have their own money? They don't want to use their own money. They want to use Wendy Williams's money to sue. And Wendy has said, I don't want my money used for that. NT lawyer said the Guardian was helping herself to Wendy's money. It's Lena. I don't know who's Lena. Walk away. You said it first. Usually when people have alcohol-induced dementia, the first symptom is they can't make it to the bathroom. Wouldn't it be funny? Karma Marie or something. Karma Jareem. That's my middle name. Not even medical attention. I think watching someone's money should not keep her. Yeah, I mean, seriously. What if Wendy has fans in the facility and they're trying to help? And what if Wendy has dirt on the TMZ guy? Oh my God. What if Wendy okay, that could be it. If she has some dirt on Harvey. I think one should know if you're in a guardianship. Don't name your... Oh girl, I'm gonna definitely name my kid whatever I feel like. And if I feel like naming it Karma, I am. She worked so hard her whole life. Why wouldn't she be able to spend it on herself and little Kevin? I mean, this is a good question, Mimi. I mean, you didn't phrase it as a question, but it is a question that I have in my mind. The Guardian, Mimi says, the Guardian has to be getting a kickback from that facility. And I do wonder, I would like to have the books audited to see. Yes, thank you, TB. Shout out to you. Make sure that y'all didn't get inadvertently unsubscribed from the channel. I'm so angry. Wendy Williams worked hard for everything she earned, and this woman, Sabrina, is wasting it all. Diamond Rainbow, shout out to you. Karma used to be a really popular girl's name. Karma is a little different, though. Well, y'all know, like, there's not, like, it's a Hindi word. So they don't have, like, the same letters that we have. Like, is just k sound. We just be putting letters to try and approximate the sound. Anyway, should be protected and have a say. Wonder what Sherry Shepherd is thinking. Is that the one they put in charge of the Wendy show? Who said she got 10 out of 10? Natasha, it's this article right here we were just reading. Look right here. Sources with direct knowledge. So who is that? I don't know, y'all. I mean, take it with a grain of salt, because take it with what it is. We are not being told that the psychiatrist wrote this article. Okay, this article was written by TMZ, published by TMZ rather, and it just says that a psychiatrist examined her on Monday, that's today. And the results are clear. Wendy's mental capacity is fully intact. And then it says sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ. Now, who are the sources? I have a hard time thinking that the sources might be Sabrina Morrissey. It seems like reading somebody else's comments. Wendy Williams. It seems like Sabrina Morrissey isn't the one where that would have been reporting this, just because of the conflict of interest. And I mean, listen, one of my big major issues with conservatorships, guardianships, because they're the same thing, is that there is always going to be inherently a conflict of interest for the conservator, because, and especially going to be conflicts of interest for the lawyer who's representing the conservatee or the ward or the person who's supposedly incapacitated. There's always going to be an inherent conflict of interest, especially for the lawyers representing the conservatees, because the lawyers are getting paid because a conservatorship exists. Professional guardians who get paid are getting paid because the conservatorship exists. Okay. No conservatorship, no paycheck if that's your job to be a conservator, right? Or guardian, same thing. That's one of my big issues with this, is that there is an inherent, meaning you can't take it away. You can't undo the conflict of interest. The same way that Sabrina Morrissey has an inherent conflict of interest in reporting positively about Wendy Williams's mental health, because Sabrina Morrissey has now sued on the behalf of Wendy, and maybe sued on the behalf of herself too for defamation or something. But Sabrina Morrissey, the Guardian, has sued on the legal theory that Wendy is so incapacitated that she can't even do nothing. She's so incapacitated, she can't even do anything. Okay. So why would she now all of a sudden come out and be telling TMZ, oh, she's not incapacitated? You see how there's a conflict of interest? So even if all of a sudden Wendy is, I don't know, whatever, maybe they had her on medicines, maybe the lawsuits in the media are going to make her the richest woman in the media. You see what I'm saying? Like, Wendy Williams has already kind of planted her flag in the ground. Sabrina Morrissey, the Guardian, the conservator, same thing, has already planted her flag in the ground. She has her own personal and professional reputation riding on the fact that Wendy Williams is too incapacitated to function. Okay. So let's say Wendy Williams was incapacitated for something that was reversible. Maybe she was, huff and paint or something, and now all of a sudden she's not, and then now all of a sudden she's not incapacitated. Well, Sabrina Morrissey still got that flag planted in the ground. Sabrina Morrissey still got the flag planted. And that is what I mean when I say conflict of interest. There's many conflicts of interest. East Coast Lou Taylor, somebody said, well, Lou Taylor never became anyone's conservator to my knowledge. Reality with Kristen Marie said, we heard Sabrina say she was completely gone one week and next she was at Kevin's graduation. Fine. Guardianship services should be voluntary and should never be allowed to pay any legal fees for anyone who's not the patient. Agreed, Bloom. And y'all know this happened in, is that what you meant by East Coast? If that's what you meant by East Coast Lou Taylor, then yes, because Lou Taylor is accused in legal filings of using Britney Spears' money while Britney Spears was in a conservatorship to sue on her own behalf. So Lou Taylor sued on the behalf of herself, a fan who was at the time critical of the conservatorship. His name was Brian Scott Kuchar from Atlanta, Georgia. Brian Scott Kuchar got sued, and Britney Spears' lawyer said in court that Lou Taylor, the business manager, used Britney Spears' money to sue and allegedly to settle hundreds, maybe thousands, I don't know, of dollars. I don't know. Certainly wasn't there. But In legal filings, the allegation was Britney Spears' money was used by Lou Taylor to sue a fan because Lou Taylor didn't like what the fan was saying about her. Now, if that's what you mean by Sabrina Morrissey is the Lou Taylor of the East Coast, then I would have to agree. If she's using, yeah, what's her name, Wendy's money to sue. Biscuit said, our Guardian conservatorship conservatorships made public record? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I believe they should be public as public could be. I believe if it's a guardianship, if it's a conservatorship, if someone is their mental health, their mental capacity is such that the state, the government has to get involved to take away supposedly inalienable rights, then it should be as public can be. Nothing should be sealed. Nothing. Not a medical record. Maybe pictures. And that's probably about it. I think all the hearings should be highly publicized. I think there should be a public website where everybody could see and search names, who's in a conservatorship, how many conservatees are under these conservators. Now be careful, y'all, because a lot of times this stuff gets passed. This stuff gets passed like bills, like the CARE Act, which is a crock of absolute bull beep. Okay. Because the public, we the people, we have all this empathy, we have all this compassion, and they be passing this absolute monstrosity of something, calling it the Free Act, calling it the CARE Act, when really what it is giving money to slavery, giving money to government paid slave owners. That's what it is doing. Okay. So be very careful. Do not just jump on any bandwagon of any law that's about to come up. The Free Wendy law. Y'all know better. Y'all know better than taking a politician's word for something. Please read all these acts, read all these laws yourself before you out here squawking in the streets and clapping and arfing like a seal over some stuff that's going to actually make us less free. Okay. Just be aware that does happen. I've seen it happen a few times. I was not going to bring up Free Britney. But while you were gone, the government and Christian nationalists like Lou have been power grabbing. And my theory is Free Britney scared the powers. Let me show y'all what I think. New Life Plan, I think you're right. Because look at this. Look at this web I've been working on today. I actually realized two of my webs go together. And do you know what I saw in common? Let me remove this. You know what I'm seeing in common across the whole thing? Let me just remove this. I have an email on here. I want to take it off so y'all can't see all the private info yet. One second. Okay, so here's my new web. It's two webs together. And what it is the hit piece from hell over here, attached to the lawsuit from hell over here, and then attached to this. Y'all remember, put a 333 in the chat if you remember whenever they were trying to make it seem like I was saying celebrity B in that Jay-Z Jane Doe lawsuit was J-Lo, and like Nancy Grace reported on it. Put a 333 in the chat if you remember what I'm talking about. It was like, why is this happening? Nancy Grace reported on it. She deleted it. Music Times reported on it. What's Trending reported on it. Sports Keto reported on it. And a bunch of YouTubers reported on it. Mitchell Reacts, Ticket TV, just like total AstroTurf campaign. And it was fake. It wasn't true. It made me feel like I was losing my mind. Look at all the 333s in the chat. Y'all do remember. Thank you. So I spent 3, 4, 5 days, I don't even remember, typing letters, retraction demands to people. Okay. So that's one thing. And it was fake. That's the reason that it was so strange to me, because this literally fake news traveled so far and wide. Well, then all my webs are coming together, y'all. All my webs are just starting to fall on top of each other. Because if you remember also, this Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni situation has brought to the forefront astroturfing, right? What does that mean? It's where you kind of like have, excuse me. Anytime I start exposing these people, P. Diddy's demons come try and choke me. Look, seeding fake stories to put them onto tabloids, to get them to report on the fake stories. Okay, so then there's this whole hit piece about me and Bam Margera. Really, it's about me. They call it The Curious Case of Bam Margera, but it is, again, a hit piece. This man right here, former FBI Kenneth Maxwell, he stayed on the phone with me for over an hour one night. It could have been over 2 hours. He was acting like he was this former FBI. What app did I use to make that? This is free form. It's included on Mac and iPhone. Well, they should have left me alone, okay? I've been trying to tell them. Don't mess with God's favorite. They don't listen to me, okay? They don't want to listen to me. Okay, so Beth Karras, look at there's all these connections here. Beth Karras is connected with Nancy Grace. Would you be surprised to find out they got sued together in a defamation case because they allegedly defamed somebody? They did settle that lawsuit. But then we got Ken Maxwell, who works with these people to make the hit piece. He was like executive producer for this hot snake media company. He has worked on a project before with that involved Nancy Grace called Crime Feed. And he, look, as you can see right here, Ken Maxwell, former New York FBI special agent. Okay, so we're going to get into this web later. That's not really the point of this. But as you can see, there's some tenuous connections. There's some less than tenuous connections because look at all the arrows that come back and forth to this one right here. Then we got the lawsuit from hell. The lawsuit from hell, I believe, was fodder to do two things: to discredit me, to bankrupt me, 3 things, and also to make a documentary. What was the documentary supposed to do? Defame me, harm my reputation. And then you just got to ask, why? Why would these people make a documentary? Then these people right here, these freaks and lunatics who I'm afraid of, who if they ever come around me, I'm going to definitely call the local authorities. But they were presented as if they were my fans. It was like, oh, her followers are so unhinged and crazy. She's so unhinged and crazy. And it's like, why? Why would somebody come together? What do all these different powers that be have in common? You want to know? You want to know what it really seems like to me? It seems like a lot of them really like this forced incarceration, forced rehab bullcrap. Look at this, what I just found out about. I'm going to be making a whole video. This man right here, I have reason to believe, is Lima Yevrimovich's uncle. Her mama. If you're Indian, you know how that relation goes. He was in a movie last year with none other than Jonathan Knoxville. That's not his real name, it's Philip Clapp. But this guy, Johnny Knoxville, who's Johnny Knoxville? Well, he was with Bam Margera and Steve-O and Jackass, but he was kind of a little bit above them. Remember him, Johnny Knoxville? He was in this movie last year called Sweet Dreams. It was put on by Paramount Pictures. Paramount Pictures worked with none other than Jed Wallace and Johnny Knoxville on the wellness agreement for Bam Margera for the movie, drum roll, Jackass, Paramount Pictures. Yes. So, this Sweet Dreams movie, let's read the description together, shall we? Johnny Knoxville, Mo Amer / Omar / Najjar, Theo Von, Kate Upton unite in this wild and off-the-wall journey of second chances from the producer of the Peanut Butter Falcon. Quote, forced into rehab at Sweet Dreams Recovery Center, Johnny Knoxville's character struggles to confront the wreckage of his life. This is pro-forced rehab propaganda. That's what it is. Forced into rehab at Sweet Dreams Recovery Center, he struggles to confront the wreckage of his life. But when their house goes up for auction, he reluctantly agrees to coach the misfit softball team of recovering addicts to win a cash prize and prove that everyone can hit a home run. Okay, that's cute. It's true. Everybody, even if you had a drug addiction in the past, can change, can have a different life. Put a 222 in the chat if you know firsthand. Put a 222 in the chat. But that's not the point. I believe, in my opinion, the point, we can watch the trailer together, put a 222 in the chat. We can watch the trailer together, but it is my belief that this is all just to make us kind of comfortable. That sometimes forcing somebody into rehab's fine. Sometimes it's okay. We also saw none other than, see the webbing, Steve-O the failed clown propose a similar sentiment on his podcast whenever he defended Lima Yevrimovich and said, Bam needs it. Bam. Lima has been nothing but such a sweet angel. And bam, he really needed. Remember this one right here? Lima also went on his podcast. Do you remember what he said about me? Women like me should be locked the beep up. That's what he said. He said women like me should be locked up. What do all of these people seem to have in common? Well, we know Mark Leto was more than happy to have Amanda Rabb locked up against her will. We know he was more than happy to put Lima on. Conservatorship or jail was step one. What do all these people and we're looking at right here have in common, y'all? Every single one, I don't know about this one right here. I don't know about him, but every single other one of them, Lima, Adam, Mark, Bam, Johnny, Steve-O, have at some point vocally, publicly stated that they were in support of at least one person being forcibly detained, even though they did not commit any crimes, even though they had no due process. And who was the one person? Bam. I took up for Bam Margera and said he don't need to be forcibly detained, and they made a freaking hit piece about me. They tried to make me look crazy. This one right here threatened me. Threatened me. You know, that we agreed that you wouldn't. No, we fucking did never agreed, baby boy. I never agreed not to release nothing. And in fact, and indeed, y'all all need to buckle up and take your beta blockers because I'm going to be telling everybody what was said. Yes, I am. You know what else I have recorded? The conversation that I had with Kenneth Maxwell, former FBI officer, former head of anti-terrorism in the New York City FBI. Yes. Yes. Yes, I do. Chloe Malos. She's got connections. You know, Chloe Malos actually follows one of these AstroTurf accounts. Jed Wallace is all up in the mix. He's connected in with this Justin Baldoni stuff. He's connected in as the wellness agreement over here. Jed Wallace, another one that's got it in common, doesn't seem to have any problem with forced rehab since he was the one doing the forced. If Bam doesn't do the wellness agreement, he don't get to make his money from Jackass. We definitely got Chloe Malos, who don't care about anybody being held against their will because she was running PR for the Britney Spears conservatorship. She's the one who wrote the CNN article that says there's no need to free Britney. Say sources close to the star. Chloe Malos. That's Kris Jenner and them's little mouthpiece, if you ask me. Okay. So, this is just to demonstrate to y'all that one thing that I think I might have found today that a lot of this has in common is it might be the fact, specifically as a New Life Plan, or maybe it was a Reality I just pointed out just a few minutes ago, it might be that the powers that be got a little rattled, that the people, capital P, across the world have started to wake up to their little plan. Because I don't know if y'all know this or not. But right now, as we sit here today, we, the collective global public, are in the process of the biggest wealth transfer in known about civilization history. Okay. Trillions of dollars, trillions, plural, are going to be passing from the boomer generation elsewhere. Now, the boomers, most of them probably would like that money to pass to people that they choose to give the money to. And it's not just boomers. It's, some Gen, what's the one? X too. They would probably like their money to go to how they say in their will. They would maybe like it to go to their grandchildren, maybe a trust, maybe a charity. We're in the middle right now of the largest wealth transfer in history. It's going to be going on for several more years. All right. Who's guessing Pisces? No, I'm a Virgo, but I do have Pisces moon. My big three is Virgo, Pisces, Aries. That is a combination, just as the legends foretold. And I was born on a Tuesday, and I was born on a Tuesday on a full moon on the 4th. So just as the legends foretold, I'm the one they warned them about. I am the one they warned them about. If you know, you know. We cannot take away people's rights because we don't like how they're spending their money. That is what the evil villains are trying to do. Okay. Gen X here. I'm a Pisces, love Virgos. Yeah, I mean, and Pisces moons are psychic too. So we can't do it, y'all. And so what I think is really what's going on here. And what there's going to be literally a whole series on this. I'm working on a whole series. It's going to be called The Curious Case of an Attempted Hit Piece or something like that. All right. I believe that if they know what's good for them, they're going to stop. They're going to just keep going back to ignoring me and not trying to do no more hit pieces. Okay. Eventually someone is definitely going to get sued. But even if no one gets sued, you can't mess with the Lord's favorite. Okay. So, but it appears to me that this whole web that I'm looking at here of the fake news, that's the thing. Imagine you hire somebody that was the former head of anti-terrorism in New York. FBI. You got this whole freaking team. God knows how much money went into this bullshit. And all you could do was find some fake people I've never talked to in my life to make up some fake bullshit and lie about me. That is what y'all are dealing with. That is how unimpeachable I am going to be to try to handle. Okay. Nope. Not today, Kenneth. Not today, Beth. Not today, Todd. Not today, Naima. Not tomorrow either. Not the next day either, baby boys, baby girls. Y'all tripped over the wrong hornet's nest. A wrong one on the right day. Amen. Then you got this one right here lying about me. This one right here lying about me. How they all entangled with this one. Then they all entangled with this one. He's got a forced rehab movie out. Okay, let's go look at that trailer. Again, I'm making a whole video on it, but if you're in here for the live, you get the sneak peek. Who knows? Maybe this live will come down. Who knows? Who even knows? Sweet Dreams trailer. That's the name of the movie. Is Sweet Dreams. Watch them try and Oh, true. Oh, Biscuit, you are so right. I got to put Fiona. They were contacting my friends and business network individuals from that I knew from school. You're right. Wondery Media, owned by Amazon. Also trying to put together a little bull crap. Okay. Calling up and getting in touch with my friends. And then whenever I tried to respond to their email, she finally did email. She tried to respond to and I responded to her email. She came back to me and got testy with me and acted like that was normal behaviors. These people are insane. Something's wrong with them in the frontal and occipital lobe and temporal lobe and the Broca's area. The whole thing is something's wrong with them because they got testy with me, acting like it was totally normal and fine for them to contact my personal friends before they contacted me. I'm the one that has to get treated like that was something crazy whenever they were the ones that were snooping and digging around trying to dig up dirt from my professional and personal friends. Something's wrong with them. If something's wrong with them, pray for them. To whoever your Lord is, y'all need to pray for them. Look, it is a real movie. Somebody was like, is this real? Yes, they did, Diamond. That's that bullcrap care court. Didn't they just pass a law in California to make it easier to put homeless and addicts into conservatorships? Yes, they did. Patch Christ, it is not only in PA. It's in Florida. It's everywhere you could force somebody into it. It's ridiculous. I do not stand for it. I will not stand for it. And there's not a hit piece. There's not a documentary company. There's not an FBI agent, active or not. There's not a SEAL Team 6, baby girl, baby boy, that you can put on me that's going to make me think it's okay. And clearly with 1,383 people in the chat, at least some people of the people tend to agree. So if something happens to me, y'all saw the web. I want to be here. All right. I want this to be my last go around the sun. I'm tired of being reincarnated. I don't want to go back to this planet again. Okay. I came here one time. I don't feel like doing it again. All right. You're winning, and I believe they are super scared and keep kicking it further up the chain. You have to ruffle some pretty big feathers to earn a hit piece on HBO. Amen, Dan. Amen. There it is. Send the prayers. Send the prayers. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat and for the prayers. Who gave 5 gifts? Miss Faye, thank you for the 5. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait, hold on. Gifted 5 surprise witness memberships. Thank you, Miss Faye, for the 5 memberships. If y'all got one, make sure you say thank you. Thank you, Dan, for the $9.99. New Life Plan said CoffeeZilla came for Adam 22 while you were gone, and Paramount lost $5 billion. You really God's favorite. Amen. Thank you for the $4.99. You got cut off. FBI agent was on the phone with you for an hour about what? He was trying to act like he was trying to investigate for this hit piece they made. He told me it was going to be a series. And I have the email too in the web. I'm going to show y'all the emails. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. In the email, he's telling me, we will compensate you if we can use your videos. I said, no, you're not going to be using my videos. I don't trust you people. Huh. And I CC'd my lawyers in the email, but I'll be reading that to y'all whenever we do the series. I've been looking for some nice violin music to put at the beginning, since that's what, okay, I guess apparently that's what we do in now. Yeah. And he was acting like he was like so upstanding. I mean, really, this Ken guy, y'all, nothing really surprises me anymore, but some things do kind of cut deeper. And this Ken Maxwell guy, it's like they knew they profiled me and they put the exact guy that like I would be the most likely to trust. Still didn't trust him. But just the level of comfort these people have with just bold-faced lying. It's something I cannot identify with. It is something that I can never understand. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Okay, let me show y'all this trailer. It's probably going to get copyrighted. Here's the trailer right here. Official trailer, Sweet Dreams, official trailer, Johnny Knoxville.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. It's got a lot of views, 1.7 million views. I've not watched the movie. Oh, it's not showing? Hold up. Come through. Oh, here it goes. 1.7 million views on this trailer. As you can see, it was from March 13th, 2024. And this is just the trailer. I've not watched the movie. There's a slightly different description here. Oh, no, it's the same one. Johnny Knox. This is Paramount Pictures official check mark account. Okay, you see it? All right. Johnny Knoxville, Mo Amer, Theo Vaughn, and Kate Upton unite in this wild and off-the-wall journey of second chances. From the producer of the Peanut Butter Falcon. You see that word right there? It says forced. Forced. What a fun, cute movie premise. Ha ha ha. It must happen so much because he got forced. StreamYard must be owned by Paramount, girl, because they keep kicking me off. Forced into rehab at Sweet Dreams. Ha ha ha. Isn't that so funny? It must be happening so often because look, it's just so prolific. It happens all the time. We can put it in a movie. Knoxville, he's the main character, struggles to confront the wreckage of his life. But when their house, the Sweet Dreams house, goes up for auction, Johnny Knoxville's character reluctantly agrees to coach the softball team to win a cash prize and prove that everyone, despite their past, can hit a home run. So, oh, that's so cute. They're putting it in the collective consciousness that we should give more money to these Sweet Dreams rehab facilities because maybe insurance should be covered. Now, whose message is insurance needs to cover this stuff? Lima Yevremovich. Now, am I saying these people are working together? No. What I'm saying is they all seem to have some common beliefs. That's what I'm saying. They seem to have some common beliefs. And that is that this shit is normal and fine. We should all be okay with it. And we should even make movies based on it. And again, this Mo character, I have reason to believe is Lima's biological uncle. Biological uncle is what I have reason to believe. I did not run a DNA test. We will get into it in the series. Okay. Right. Exactly. Okay. Watch this.
Morris, alcoholic. Is Clint Eastwood gonna tell me to get off his lawn, bro?
Okay, I don't know if y'all can hear it. I'm gonna pause it from time to time because I have had it before where they like copyright strike or whatever, and I'm not in the mood. Okay. That's Mo Amer right there. In a movie with Johnny freaking Knoxville. Hello.
I'm sorry. I don't think I've been more than 2 days without drinking in the last 15 years.
He said, I don't think it's been more than 2 days that I haven't drank in the last 15 years. That's what he's saying.
You're here for a while.
It's so funny and cute. It's so funny and cute. Look at this forced rehab. Oh my God, so funny. Ha 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 ha.
Don't complain. It's pretty easy. I think it's gonna be okay.
He said, if you do your chores and don't complain, it's pretty easy. Forced rehab and forced labor. Ha 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 ha. Such a funny comedy.
Welcome to the loony bin.
Loony bin is literally what Bam Margera called the Florida shovel facilities he was at. The loony bin.
Probably from the weird out for you. Used to keep piss in Ziploc bags under his bed and collect his own eyelashes.
So he's distressed. He's distressed because he's stuck in forced rehab. And look, I didn't say forced. They said forced. Okay, that's what they said in their description.
I'm gonna need you to contribute, be an asset, and teach these guys something.
What's that?
Wait, is Mo Amer? Please don't tell me he is the freaking, oh my God, the rehab director. Please don't tell me he's the I gotta watch the movie.
15 softball championship trophy. We haven't taken it seriously in quite some time.
You got this, baby.
Look how fun. Oh my God, so sweet. Oh my God, now they're playing baseball. It's so sweet. The forced rehab. No one can make me say anything bad about Theo Vaughn. That's my cousin, and he really might actually be my cousin. He's from Louisiana. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with he don't know. They just said, "Oh, you want to be in a rehab movie?" And he was like, "Hell yeah!" I mean, that's what we're going with. Okay. Now, Lima's uncle also got a Netflix series. Okay, so there's possible Netflix connections here. And now they're doing like I'm gonna mute this because it's a song, but like just know it's like a uplifting like moment, like dun, 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 coming, la 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 la. Forcing rehab is great, and we should give them more money. Okay, basically that's the song. Okay. Look, oh, things are turning around. Oh my God, look how happy forced rehab. They're so, oh my God, so fun. Bobby Lee, yes, high five, forcing rehab, yes.
And I am trying, guys. Dirty aliens. Something I don't know. Wait, the Packers. I keep losing.
Who's singing this song? I don't know. It's like really the programming of it all. Oh my God, they raised the money, guys. Everybody, they raised the money. Yay! They must have won the thing. Well, wouldn't it be great if insurance covered this? Wouldn't it be great if whenever you were forced to go to rehab, insurance covered it? Well, Lima tried to argue that. Should cover a year of it. Insurance should cover a year.
I got nowhere else to go. We got 10 guys that need this place. 80 grand. 80 grand. Pretty nice trophy for softball. We have to practice. Look at you hitting them and pretending they're rice balls.
I mean, if we got a team name,
Backdoor sliders. Fever pitch.
Look, they're all coming together. It's so sweet. It's so nice. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna watch the movie soon, but it's very strange. It's very weird. If I was Bam Margera and I found out about this movie, I would be infuriated and livid. Okay, I'm not gonna be telling him about it. Because what's the point? I don't know what this means. Northwestern. I could not picture putting myself in her shoes. The new administration is privatizing insurance. I mean, we'll see. Girl, they say they're going to do all kind of stuff they didn't do. They also, you know what else the new administration said they was going to do? On day one, we were going to know. Everybody on the Epstein flight logs. Did we see that? No, it's day, I don't know, 52 or whatever. I mean, I haven't seen nothing. So until they do something, I don't believe they're going to do nothing. Okay. They want insurance to cover it. It's a whole political agenda. So the insurance lobby has a way to keep making money. They're about to lose a lot because POTUS is in the current agenda. Maybe, Tiffany, like I said, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Because so far, all I seen was them not doing what they said they was going to do so far. But we're going to see. Yeah, doing a subpar Paramount movie as a comedian is like jury duty. Like, you have to do it. What kind of clinic does Ariana Grande get her? They said this was a joke. It is sickening. Okay, this is sickening. Why didn't Johnny just apply for the Amanda's Light Scholarship? He should have applied for the Amanda's Light Scholarship. New Life Plan. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat and for the joke. That is a joke. Bobby Lee, yeah, that's great and fine. Theo Vaughn also, I believe, claims that he also struggled with addiction. I don't blame every single actor that takes every single acting job, but like Johnny Knoxville seems like he's a little bit more like up at the top at Paramount because of what we know from like the Jackass movies and stuff. So maybe not everybody in the movie is supposed to, I mean, maybe not all the actors in the movie are like forced or whatever, but yeah. Free Wendy. If you're just joining, the way you said window, what'd I say? Good vibes out the window. Yeah, I just one more time, just for y'all, for your intellectual and viewing stimulation. Something that a lot of these people seem to have in common is that they all seem to be pretty okay with the forced. Oh, why it's not showing? With the forced rehab of it all, and the forced drug tests, and the forced restrictions, and the forced wellness agreements, and the forced LPS conservatorships, and the forced, haha, it's so funny because it's a movie, and the women like me should be locked up. Okay, so that's what I will say. Yep, that's all I really had for today. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Love you, Mina. Okay, bye.